Hello and welcome to another episode of Book Journey Mentor Uncut. Thank you so much for coming into the live stream. If you're watching live, please do tap the screen, show us some love, let us know where you are watching from. We are broadcasting live for the first time to Facebook, to LinkedIn, to YouTube, to my Right group, to my business page on Facebook. So this is very exciting stuff. So if you're watching for the first time, who am I? My name is Daniela Bleckner. I'm an author, book journey mentor, founder of a company called Conscious Dreams Publishing. We work with authors from all over the world to help them to get their powerful message and story out there in the form of professional books. Over the last 4 years, we have published over 80 books, some of which you may be able to see on the shelf behind me. I'm absolutely passionate about what I do, offering a platform for unseen, unheard authors so that they can have their stories shared and voices heard on a global scale. Now, we have had some amazing news this week. Before I introduce the show, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a recap about what's happened this week. So during lockdown, we have published 13 authors, I believe it is, or on the way to 13 authors, 2 of which have come out over the last 2 weeks. So as you'll see, if you're used to watching me regularly, my hair's normally tongued. I sometimes have it natural. I don't often have it natural. But we have published a book that has been very successful, especially for the sisters in lockdown right now who have not been able to get to the hairdressers. It's called You and Your Hair, written by Sarah Roberts. This came out on the 27th of June, and she sold 258 copies in the first week, which is astronomical. There's something in the hair. So she's actually given me some sample products which I have been using. So I'm just showing off my natural hair right now. Another book is coming out in 2 days time, 3 days time, called Curly Kyla, all about this lovely girl who was feeling a little bit different because of her hair. Her dance teacher asked her to sweep it back into a neat bun, and of course she can't because her hair is, very curly and thick. And so it's a really beautiful book for young children called Curly Kyla. She has sold 339 copies and it's only been on pre-order for literally, I think, 11 days. Sorry. So she's doing really well. If you are watching this, please do share this out, show us some love. I'm going to see if I can find it on my timeline so we can respond to comments. Can't see at the moment, but if you are watching, please do say hello, tap the screen, show us some love. Would really appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming in, tuning in. Please do say hello. So you are watching Book Journey Mentor Uncut. What is this show all about, I hear you ask? This is the show that showcases new, up-and-coming and established authors, and sometimes we even interview experts in the industry. Now, today we have a really, really special guest, and I want you to show her lots of love because this is her first proper interview where she's going to be interviewing other authors as well. So who is she? Her name is Miamie Rae. She is 8 years old, people, 8 years old. And she is our youngest member here at Conscious Dreams Publishing. She reviews some of our children's books that are coming in. She's also been to events, and she's even learned a new language on her journey with us. She's been with us for a year, and she has set up her own YouTube channel. Her name is Miamie Rae. I'm going to bring her in. Please show her some love. Give her lots of hearts. And please do share this out. Yay, Miamie Rae! Hey, how are you doing?
Good.
Excellent. How's your day gone today?
It's been nice.
Brilliant. So tell us about your journey so far in reviewing books. Have you always loved reading books?
Yeah.
And
I like to read medium books and short books and books that are fun to read.
Amazing. And how many books have you read now here from Conscious Dreams authors?
Isn't there? Too many.
Too many. Which has been your favourite so far?
Clever Carmel.
Brilliant. Tell us about Clever Carmel.
So Clever Carmel has the school project, and she has to think of a football shirt and bring it into school. And then but she doesn't know what her top should be, because her dad is English and her mum is Nigerian. So she asked her mum and dad what one she could do, and they said that they didn't mind which one, which made it harder for Carmel to think about it. So she went to the shop and she tried to think, and she tried to look for a half Nigerian shirt and a half England shirt, but she couldn't find it. So she went to her grandma, and her grandma made her a half Nigerian and half English t-shirt.
Wow, I remember that book. It was an amazing book. That's one of my favourites as well. I think they're all my favourites. You've described that really well. Have you got the cover there?
Yeah.
I love it. Awesome. That was one of your very first interviews, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Book reviews, I mean, sorry. So tell us about some of the things you've got to do as a book reviewer at Conscious Dreams. And what's been your highlight?
I've got to meet some of the authors and characters. I've got to go to events, and once I went to an event and I tried out the Mabira from Naniso and Chinga, and I really liked the sound of it.
Amazing. That's Portia's book, isn't it? You're going to be interviewing Portia in a little bit. Her book is called Mysterious Melody. I just remembered. So you have a YouTube channel. I'm so impressed that you've got a YouTube channel. I cannot get the theme tune out of my mind. It's amazing. Tell us a little bit about how you set that up and what you plan to do with it.
So when I had the idea of having a YouTube channel for book reviews, I started to read books every day and then review them. And then when I got up to about 10, I would start uploading. So then that happened, and now I've uploaded my intro, my first book review, and it's going good.
You're amazing. That is so cool. If you are watching right now, please do check out, not now, I'm going to put a link in the comments. Please do check out Miamie Rae's book review channel. Subscribe. We want to build her YouTube. She's putting out awesome content. She is consistent. She's already got 10 YouTube videos to put out. It's exciting stuff. So, I'm just checking to see who is on. So my final question to you is, do you think young people are reading enough?
I don't know. I think so, but then I don't think so.
Go on, tell me why you don't think so, and then tell me why you do think so.
I think so because books are good. I like books, and other children should. But then I don't think so because some children play games or video games and they're on technology. That's why I think some people don't.
So different children like different things. I think a better question then for me to ask would be, do you think more young people should read, and why?
I think more people should read because it helps with their vocabulary. They can find out new words. I found out lots of new words, and it puts you in a good mood sometimes.
Yeah, you're so right. When I was your age, I still love it now. Just nothing better than escaping into like a fantasy book or a completely different world. I absolutely love it. So you were on the right track, lady. Maybe one day you might be an author as well.
Yeah. You can also learn lessons from reading books.
You can. What's been one of the lessons you've learned then? She's back.
For
any book.
There's one book that I do online for school, and I think I've uploaded it, and it's called The Frog Prince, And the lesson that I learned from that is to have manners.
Oh, you're amazing. Manners are so important, people. If you're watching, remember your manners. Okay, shall I bring on the first person for your interview?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen who are watching, please show Miamie lots of love. Give her some hearts. You can ask her questions as well. This is her very first interview. It's interviewing other authors. So I'm going to now step out and add Portia Mushambi.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you for talking to me.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure.
Okay. So your first question is, what made you think of writing books?
Well, I always used to like to write stuff, but to actually write a book, it was because I have two daughters and they like to read just like you. But I noticed that they couldn't find books that actually that represented who they were, that showed them who they were. So I thought, well, I always talk about writing something. Let me, have a go and write them a story. So that's how I started writing children's books for my daughters, really.
Okay. How long did it take to write Naniso and Shinga from the Mysterious Melody?
Oh, I always had the idea in my head. You sometimes you always have an idea in your head, and then to sit down and write it, it took 6 months. But I had to tell myself I had to be disciplined because there were always other fun things to do, like watching TV, going for a walk, or just lazing around. So I told myself I need to sit down and focus. So it took me 6 months to write it.
Okay. Do you name the chapter first, or do you think of the story and then separate it into parts?
Wow, that's a very good question. The way I did it, I wrote the story down first, and then I looked at how the story was flowing, how it was going, and then decided, okay, the first bit is about waking up. The second bit is about going to school, being in the park, and then meeting Gogozana. So that's how I separated them. But I first wrote the story down first.
Okay, one more question. How do you think of the characters? Do you know them or do you make them up?
For Naniso and Shinga, I kind of knew them, especially Naniso. She is more like my eldest daughter because she plays loads of instruments and she likes to dance as well. And then Shinga, I had to think of him based on the little boys I saw around me.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. And all the best with your channel. Well done.
Thank you. Bye. Danny.
Okay, I'm back. Hello. I thought you were going to introduce the next person, but that's fine. That was amazing. You had some really good questions there. I especially like the question at the end because I've never heard that asked. I'm actually taking notes for my interview skills for my next one. So who's next? Who would you like to speak to next?
Nesa.
Nesa. Okay, Nesa, the author of The Other Side. 15-year-old author. Bring her on. I'm coming off her.
Hi, nice to meet you.
How did you find your illustrator? Your illustrator.
Well, my illustrator was actually a friend of my mum, so he was very easy to work with and I had a lot of fun with it. It was quite a long process, but I'd say that it was probably my favorite part to really just see what I've done just come real, honestly.
Okay. How long did it take to write your book?
It took me a bit over a year because I started when I was 12, but then I took a bit of a break and I published it when I turned 13.
Okay. Um, would you like to write other books?
Yeah, would like to write another book. I'm trying to write one this year, and hopefully it will be out next year.
Okay. What is it like being a child author?
I wouldn't really say it's very different from being like a person who hasn't published a book. Like I still go to school and everything, but there is a lot of days that I do events. Now they're online, but sometimes I went into London, for example, a few months ago, and so I'm definitely doing more events and meeting new people and learning new things.
Have you got any tips for me if I write a book one day?
If you'd like to write a book, I'd say that I honestly think that you can do it. And what a lot of people do is just kind of give up on it, but don't give up. And I'm definitely sure that you could achieve it, and just write about what you want and not what other people tell you to write about.
Okay. Thank you so much for
Thank
having
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, you are doing an amazing job. What really good questions there. That's amazing. And Nasa, can I say that you have, every time I see you speak, you just get better and better, really good. And it's good to hear you doing lots of online events. So Nasa was at the Black Book Case a few weeks ago. We did, there was an online workshop, online event, and Miamie was there as well, speaking with the interviewer and sharing about her work as a book reviewer, and so is Nasa. So we've got Ricky J on, great live, thank you. Portia, good advice. Karen says hello, little ladies. Oh, thank you. You're talking about me. Rotendo, hey. Ali Pali, nice to see you. Rahole, nice to see you. If anyone has any questions, feel free to throw them up for any of the authors, including Miamie. That would be amazing. So who am I bringing in next? I'm bringing in Rahole.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Very happy to be here.
So, how did you decide to make a colouring book of African symbols?
A friend of mine went to Ghana a few years ago, and when she came back, she gave me a key ring. And on this wooden key ring, there was a symbol. And that symbol said Niame, which is but God. It's a Ghanaian symbol. And that's how I started thinking about what could I do to engage my students. Another reason I started the coloring book is because every time Black History came, I never had enough resources, and I would have to go online searching for things to do or creating my own. So I thought that probably having something like that could help teachers and also students to learn more about African culture and African history.
Have you wrote any other books that don't include colouring?
Yes, I have, but I did it with other people, and it was a book that was about talking about the experiences of growing up in Spain as a Black person.
Okay. I speak Spanish.
You speak Spanish? All right. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Soy muy bien, ¿y tú?
Fantástico. Tu español es perfecto. Now we need to translate that for everyone that hasn't understood that.
Muy bien.
Gracias. Muy bien, muy bien.
How old was you when you published your first book?
I am very old. I am how old I was. I think it was 2 years ago when I was approached by this lady from Spain. Actually, it's very interesting because even though I was born in Spain, I'm originally from Equatorial Guinea. And the person that invited me to be part of in her book, she was from the other Guinea. I'm from Equatorial Guinea. She's from the Guinea-Bissau. And in the Guinea that she lives in, they speak Portuguese. But because she lives in Spain, she cannot speak Spanish, and she contacted me through a friend. So it was through a friend of a friend of a friend. And then that's how I got started. I was about probably 30, 38.
Okay. Thank you. for having me.
All right. No, you're having me here. I'm here for you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hey. So thank you so much for Holly. Stay with us because we
Okay.
may get you back. So just to show you, this is the Holly's book, the Ndinka colouring book. It's got all the different African symbols. How far have you done much colouring of this, Miamie? Because I know that you started.
I'm still on the first one, the first one with all the hearts.
Yeah, it's a lot. So if you're looking at this or you're watching, you can see this is like hours of dedication. And I actually am going to, Karen says you're so cute and well done, she says. I'm actually going to sit down and spend a good hour doing this as well. Miamie, you have been absolutely amazing. If you're watching, please do let us know. Do you think Miamie should take over Book Journey Mentor Uncut? I think she's just done a brilliant job. What has been one of your favourite questions that Miamie asked? Also, if you have any questions for Miamie, Ali says you're such a good interviewer. Thank you. You are. So if you have any questions for Miamie, please do ask them because I've got a couple before you go. Is that okay? Can I ask you some more questions?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite kind of type of book? Like, do you like adventure books? Do you like horror? Do you like horror scares me? Do you like coloring books, or do you like character story-led books? Character-led books.
I like colouring books.
You like the colouring books? Yeah, I like them as well. You've done what other books have you read? Have you done the Black History colouring book?
Yeah.
Who is your favourite person in there?
I think Rosa Parks was in there, so I'm going to say Rosa Parks.
Okay, lovely. Michael says you are a professional. So for people who might be watching and don't know who Rosa Parks is, could you educate the people online for us, please, Miamie? Who's Rosa Parks?
So Rosa Parks, once she was going on a bus, and then another person came in, and that person was white, and the bus driver said that Rosa Parks had to get up from her seat to let the other person sit down. But Rosa Parks said no, that she didn't want to go, and then she became famous, and now everyone knows her.
Yeah, exactly. She stood up for herself, and there was a big turning point for change. So, Miamie, you are absolutely amazing. The things that you've taught us today. Someone else says, well done, Miamie. The things that you've taught us today and your questions have been so good. Have you enjoyed the experience?
Yeah.
Would you like to come back again?
Yeah. Thank you, Danny.
That's all right. So we see Mummy. Mummy's somewhere in the background, isn't she? I think we need to say hello to Mum.
Hi.
Nicole, people, the lovely mother behind Miamie Rae, who's given her this opportunity to work with us and set up the YouTube channel. How are you feeling, Nicole?
I'm just so proud of this little girl. I could burst. Like, every day it's something else with her, literally. She's just a pleasure to raise, and I'm just so proud of her.
Oh, she's done absolutely amazing. Nicole, we could have done it without you as well. The support that you give your daughter, and you know, the outlet to express that creativity with the video that you did with her doing her rap and doing the you're right there, Miamie, getting a bit tired now. I know it's hard work, isn't it? It's really it's really, I take my hat off to you, honestly. The parents like you are just like what gives us hope. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks for all your input as well, because you know, she's really flown with the opportunities that you've given her, and it's given her something really amazing to focus on. So we're both very, very grateful. Thank you, Danny.
Oh, we're looking forward to what's coming on your YouTube channel, Miamie. I'm going to put the link in the comments. If you have any questions or any comments, you can feel free to put them on after the replay, on the replay, and we'll get back to all comments. So thank you everyone for watching. Next week we'll be interviewing, I think we have Sophia, who's another person you should interview. Sophia Mayers, author of Curly Kyla. Thank you everybody so much for watching. It's a bye-bye from me and bye-bye from
Miamie Rae.
Bye. Let's bring the authors on to say bye. Let's see if we can get all of us on together. Oh no, I've removed somebody. I'm trying to be clever and it's not. Hey, there's 4 of us. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.